Good evening, everyone. It's October 22nd, 2023, and this should be a fairly quick video. In general, what we had last week, where is the chart I want to show? Here we go. Expansive week, high volume week, all sorts of movement, liquidation, and all that last week. So for Monday, tomorrow, no major economic news, and then over here with earnings coming out, nothing on Monday. So I'm kind of expecting a boring session. Tuesday, Microsoft, Google, Wednesday, Facebook, Thursday, Amazon, Friday, oil stuff. But for tomorrow, nothing really there. Yeah, we're kind of around this clear sort of support area. So what I'm going to be looking for is some sort of either look below all these stops over here. Let's turn off the indicators for a second. Either some sort of look below all these stops over here, collect them, and then return back somewhere into this sort of range. What sort of range did we have yesterday, by the way? That was a $5.50 range, quite a big one. So if we were to collect those stops and then come back inside range, maybe you'd look at something like this, maybe something like that. Or if we don't run all those stops, instead if we hold kind of that -2 standard deviation to last week's low kind of area, reclaim last month's low, maybe then instead we're looking at a little bit higher to around here. I was saying in the weekly outlook video that kind of this weekly low here, 427, up to last week's half back around 430. That's kind of the target area I have for the week to the upside. So kind of around here. There you go, last week's low up there. So that's how I'm looking to trade this. I want to be long until these weekly lows. So, whether I wait for them to get ran and then get long or just get long in general, something like that. And then I want to see if we can reject last month's low or if we accept above it. If that also brings an overnight high break without breaking the overnight low, I will continue to lean long. And then this is where I become a seller, kind of around Friday's open. I gotta copy and paste some stuff across from this chart to that chart. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we are. I want to be a short seller anywhere around Friday's open and settlement low, somewhere around there. So that's kind of the range I'm looking for on the S&P. Not really interested in buying dips below there or selling rips above. I'm just kind of interested in that range, whatever that is, 420-ish to 425. On the NASDAQ, similar scenario here. I want to be long somewhere around that -2 standard deviation. Kind of funny, that is exactly where we closed the week. Somewhere around there to the weekly low, to the 95% value area low. And then see if we can accept above this kind of pivot zone. You can see this has been a key level for a while. This is going back to September. That's where we stayed below for a few days there and then got a ripper up on that Thursday session. That'll be kind of my pivot area. So if we break the overnight low, and if the overnight high is above it, maybe I would look for a fade against the overnight high, looking for a short sell. So, and it's that sort of range, something like that, $3.75. Oops. If instead we break the overnight high, come on, where are you? Why is this? There we go. If instead we break the overnight high, I'd look for us to maintain whatever sort of overnight low we've made and drift up to around here somewhere. Oh, looks like I did not copy it from this one either. There we go. Something like this. You can see me make this on the fly. 359 and 46 cents. I know, riveting stuff to watch. The open there. Settlement lows right there. And the -1 standard deviation right there as well. So, yeah, looks like a decent range. Yeah. So that's how I'm kind of looking at it. Similar scenarios on both. Salvaging the lows is kind of what I expect. Whether we traverse this area or not too sure. And then I think this is a fade anywhere around here. Same thing on the S&P again. Long around last week's lows. See if we can reclaim this kind of middle area where we had support. And then fade above. Anyway, hope that makes sense. Hope that helps. Futures right now, by the way, gapped up pretty strongly. That's the true futures close right there, and it opened about 30 points higher on the Nasdaq, and the S&P opened about 12 points higher. I imagine this little gap here, if you want to call it that, get rid of the indicators. This little gap, I imagine that closes sometime tonight. And in that case, perhaps we do take out the prior day's low, and that would point to further lows being made. I am short biased until we can start getting settlement lows, opens, closes, all that sort of crap below us. So I'm going to be a little bit short biased intraday. Anyway, hope that makes sense. Hope that helps. Have a great night and trade safe.